Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Painting Pretty Things with Britta. I'm Britta Johnson, and today we are going to be going over how to paint a simple yet awesome abstract painting with a silhouette of a tree. Now I'm just going to go over some of the materials that you'll need. Obviously you'll need paint brushes, paper towel, a cup of water, a palette, and obviously a canvas. I have my palette here. This is a plastic plate. Usually you can use a paper or plastic. It's a lot easier to use this because you can just throw it away right when you're done. And this is craft paint, and you can use it for a canvas. You can use it for decorating t-shirts or ceramics, and that's why, you know, if you get this on your shirt, it's going to stay there. All right, so I have my color here. We're going to be doing kind of like a simple background. You always want to start with the background first. And I'm going to kind of work my way up. I'm going to start with a darker color on the bottom and work my way up. So I'm going to go ahead and get my dark blue here, mix it with just a little bit of the light blue. And when you're making a darker color and you're adding black to it, you want to add the black to the color. You don't want to add color to the black because you're going to keep adding it, and you're going to have this huge glob of paint that you don't need. So I'm just going to add a little bit of this dark color here. So I have enough paint on my brush, so I'm going to go ahead and start at the base here. You can start at the top or the bottom, it doesn't matter. So, you know, I'm just going to start with this dark here. And one thing you want to make sure you do when you use a canvas is to paint the sides, especially if you're not going to frame it, because, you know, when you look at it from the side, it's going to look incomplete because you're going to have a white edge, and that's really boring. So just going to go ahead and add the dark here. And the awesome thing about painting with acrylic and painting abstract is you can mix the paint on your palette, but I'm also mixing it on the canvas as well. So that might be a little dark right there, so I'm going to add just a little bit more light blue. And gradually I'm going to get lighter as we go up. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just keep going. Kind of want to make like a shadow around it. So I want to start getting a little lighter. So I'm going to make this lighter color blue right here. And you may think, oh, I'm just going to add white to make it lighter. Well, that's going to really mute the color and make it more pastel. So I'm going to throw in just a little bit of yellow and a little bit of brown and a little bit of white. Kind of make it like a green color. And that's what's awesome about this acrylic paint is once, you know, it does dry fast, but if you can do this in a quick and fast motion, you can blend it while it's still wet on the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I need to make it a little bit lighter, so I'm going to add a little bit more white here, like so. See how I'm just blending it on the canvas? I don't necessarily have to mix the paint here. All right, I'm going to put a little bit more yellow too. So once you get that down, your painting is going to look like this. I went ahead and did this for you guys. I went all the way up to the top as gradually went lighter. Now I want to start on my silhouette of the tree. I already drew it out on here with a pencil. Now all I got to do is get my black paint, and it's smooth sailing from here. You just need to start at the base of the tree and work your way up nice and slow. You learned this when you were little, to stay in between the lines when you're coloring, and that's as easy as it is. That's why I went ahead and drew out my tree on my canvas. And what I love about painting silhouettes is that, you know, it turns out really awesome, but it's actually really simple to do because, you know, once you get your background done, however you want to do it, all you need to do is use black paint and fill in whatever you draw on here. And you have free reign to do whatever you want. So obviously I would go all the way over here with my black. I'm going to actually get a smaller brush and kind of, you know, like you don't want to use your ginormous brush to get these little swirly branches here. So you just want to make it a nice, sharp, crisp line. And to get the really, really small ones, I have this paintbrush here. It's like a pinpoint. practically. So you can get really, really, really detailed and tiny here. And just follow that line that you've already drawn on there. And a lot of people like to just, you know, paint from without any drawing or anything. It's really up to you how you like to paint and how you like to express yourself. You know, you follow the line. You can even outline it with your smaller one and go back with a bigger brush. And once you're done with that, you are going to turn out something like this. And what I did was, obviously, I filled in the whole entire tree with just black paint. I added a little bit of highlight of brown here, and then I threw in some flowers and some leaves just to give it a little bit more dimension. And it's really awesome. You know, about abstract painting is you can put so much flair into it in whatever creativity that you want to do. So that's all the time I have for today. Painting a silhouette painting, it's super easy. Pretty much anyone can do it when you're really learning how to paint as a beginner. This is something that's really beneficial. And if you join me next time, you will learn how to paint the Beatles, my favorite band, absolutely. So I hope you guys learned a lot of techniques on this show. Join me next week on Painting Pretty Things with Britta. You guys have a good one. Thanks.